Matthew Tympanik here of Tympanik Law. The Commonwealth has rested its case in the Brian Walshe trial. What do we think? What I can tell you is this. This is a circumstantial case. And in a circumstantial case, what you need to do is eliminate all possibility it could have been something else. The defense is trying to argue that Anna Walshe died of natural causes and the defendant panicked and tried to cover it up. So why is murder still the right charge? That's why the Commonwealth calls the insurance adjuster, says, yeah, she was in perfect health. We wouldn't have written the policy otherwise. So that shows that somebody else had made a medical determination about her health. And that's circumstantial evidence that she did not die of natural causes. That's first and foremost. You have the testimony from her former boyfriend saying that they were in love, they were making plans to be together, and that it's pretty clear that Brian Walshe knew about it. So now you have motive. And this is and this brings into the most important part, opportunity. The opportunity arises that he's already admitted he's the one who chopped her up. And he's on recording buying all the materials. In addition to her DNA being on, I think it was like a saw or something like that. That is now evidence that that individual directly connecting to her death. So you're thinking, why would somebody, if their wife died of natural cause and they had a large insurance policy, why would you kill her? Because you knew that she died of natural causes and an autopsy would confirm that. No, it's because she was having an affair and she was going to leave him and he didn't want that. So what was easy for him was to kill her and to try to cover it up and dispose of her body. Because when you see the interview with law enforcement, he was already talking about her in the past tense. And that's just sadistic. And what was going on, he's clearly trying to cover it up. Oh, he panicked. No, he killed her because she was having an affair. She was going to leave him. And he chopped her up because he wanted to cover up that killing. So to the jury, I honestly don't think this is that difficult of a case. People can draw parallels between another murder case that occurred in the Commonwealth earlier this year, but that had investigations that were faulty, issues that made you raise an eyebrow. Probably shouldn't have affected the verdict, but that's why we do trials. I don't see reasonable doubt in this case at all. Not anywhere. They can say all that they want, and his attorney objectively has done a good job in some places pointing things out. Because when you have nothing, you got to provide a competent defense. If you don't win, that doesn't mean you didn't do a good job. You didn't do an adequate job. One that's going to overcome an ineffective assistance of counsel. I haven't seen that at all. So the expectation is when this is over, a jury's going to convict Brian Walshe of first-degree murder, and he will be sentenced to spend the remainder of his natural life in prison, which he most deservedly deserves. As such, this has been Matthew Tympanik here of Tympanik Law. Thank you.